You are looking at the Lions Den in Bremen, where tonight TV 46 is proud to present the semifinals of the 56th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament as the New Prairie Cougars pay a visit on the Bremen Lions on this edition of the 46th Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? With my Hall of Fame partner, Bob Nagel. It's Chuck Freebie. Great to have you with us for what we think will be a great night of basketball here in northern Indiana. The New Prairie Cougars are a team, Bob. You see the squad get off the bus, and you can understand why they are 9-4 this year. There's some big bodies out there warming up right now for the Cougs.
And they played a pretty tough schedule, but they've got a nice inside-outside game. And surprisingly, one of the guys on the outside is Braden Flagg, who's their outstanding three-point shooter and a big man at 6'7". He can also rebound. He can block shots, and he's a big factor tonight. But the rest of the team will wait till maybe the Bremen Lions overplay on Braden Flagg and take advantage of that.
Well, the Bremen Lions have been dinged up. They've been banged up. And then all season long, you look at their wins, and they beat teams like Penn and Plymouth and Washington. What's going on in Matt Miller's first season?
I know Matt was talking to us at practice the other day about you got any ideas who should start at point guard, let me know. He's had some injuries, but he's also got a lot of talent on the team. Harden is a good player. His son, you're looking at him right there, is a very good player. And I'll tell you what, they've got enough parts to this team where if they're patient, wait for the good shot, I think they can take advantage of that.
We've pulled Bo Hunt away from the autograph seekers to join us for the sideline reports tonight. And Bo, I know as a Bremen player, you had the opportunity to play in the Bi-County. A lot of people watching maybe have never seen this tournament before. What makes it so special?
I think the first and foremost to the teams and to the families and the students, it's one of the biggest things in mid-season. It's a great chance to have bragging rights for a whole year to win the Bi-County Championship. It's just something as you're a young kid growing up and you go to these games. If this wasn't a COVID season, these gyms would be packed to the tilt from top to bottom. But I think the biggest thing for coaches and for the teams is it's just a great parameter to measure yourself getting ready to go into the sectional tournament here in a few weeks, because it's one of those things where you're not able to really test yourself like a tournament situation just like this today.
The winner of this one faces the winner of John Glenn and Triton tomorrow night at Dale Lee Cox Gymnasium for the right to hoist a trophy of the 56th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament. The semifinals come your way next on the 46th Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by TCU, Aegis Dental Group, Bill's Heating, Tipping Point Basketball, Jordan Automotive Group, Electrical Workers 153, Ancilla College, Wolverine Mutual Insurance, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, St. Andrews Products, and the IHSAA.
This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Back inside the Lions Den in Bremen, the 9-4 New Prairie Cougars take on the 7-4 Bremen Lions in this Bi-County semifinal as we get ready to give you the keys to win for tonight's game along with the key players. Let's start with the New Prairie Cougars, the visitors on the scoreboard. They look to their three-point shooting to do a lot of damage offensively, and that means Braden Flagg has to get the job done. He leads this team with 41 three-pointers on the year, a senior who is bound for Olivet Nazarene University next year. He gets some help on the inside from a walking double-double by the name of Hunter Smith, 6'5" forward, averages 10 points and 8 rebounds a game. This season against Jimtown, he lit it up for 18 points and 14 rebounds in that game. The keys to win for Mike Bauer and his New Prairie Cougars.
Well, they have to have offensive consistency, and that means inside and outside, and just run the offense and get the best look. They got to rebound the basketball. They got to keep it at one and done for Bremen, and they've got to be engaged defensively. Got to respect the Bremen Lions and their effort. Mike Bauer looking for win number 100 in his 7th season as the head coach, and he's excited about the chance to play in the Bi-County here tonight.
It's definitely a goal. I mean, it's right up there with sectionals. We put it right at that same level. We want to perform well when there's a trophy on the line. You know, that survive and advance mentality is something that we try to use to motivate them. So it's a very important tournament for us.
While we talked about Flagg and Smith for New Prairie, Bremen also has a dynamic duo to keep an eye on, and we'll start with Tony Harden, the talented 6'4" junior forward, having a sensational season so far, averaging 13 points and 4 rebounds a game. He scored 14 the first time these two teams tangled, leads the team with 27 three-pointers. They want a big fella that can work outside and inside. Well, that's Carson Miller, the coach's son. 6'2" junior leads the team in scoring with 17 points to go with 7 rebounds a game. He had 18 the first time the two teams played. The keys to win for first-year coach Matt Miller and the Bremen Lions.
Well, they've got to contest shots, especially on the perimeter. Those are the big money shots for New Prairie. They've got to be scrappy on the boards. They've got to find a way to keep that stat as even as possible. And they have to be patient on their possessions and not worry about a shot clock. There isn't one in high school. You just got to find the best shot and take it when they can. Matt Miller is 7-4 in his first season at Bremen and has a lot of respect for his opponent here tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to have to slow them down a little bit. We're going to have to know our assignments and play them right. We're going to have to, on defense in particular, and then on offense, we have to be patient. We can't turn it over, which we've been doing in great numbers lately. And I think we're due to make a few shots tonight. It's been a while. We've been cold, and I think our shooters are due, so that's going to be a big deal, and especially early. If we can hit a few early, we'll take the pressure off a little bit.
Matt Miller had jet black hair when the season started. It's getting a little bit of salt in there. It may get even worse tonight. New Prairie and Bremen, the 70th battle between these two teams is next on the 46 Game of the Week. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by Tipping Point Academy. It is Michiana's #1 training academy. The starting lineups being introduced. Here's Bob Nagel.
And the starting lineups for New Prairie being sponsored tonight by the New Prairie Slam Dunk Club. And for the Cougars, Grady Lepchinsky will start at a guard. He's a 6-foot junior, wears number 11. Number 22 is Rylan McBride. He's also a guard, a 6'3 senior. Braden Flagg is a big man. He is a 6'5 senior, plays outside and inside. He wears number 30. Number 32 is Hunter Smith, another big, strong young man, 6'5 senior, played it forward. And Jacob Myers in that starting lineup, and he is a 6'4 junior. They got 3 seniors in that starting lineup. Now the starting lineups for the Bremen Lions, and they're brought to you by Bremen's High School Athletics. And for Bremen, it'll be Tony Harden, a 6'4 junior, and he will start at a guard. And he is also at guard with the lone senior in the starting lineup is Brady Ginter. He's a 5'7 senior, wears number 34. Number 40 is Ty Feldman. He's a forward, 6'2 and a junior. Carson Miller, 6'2 and a junior. He wears number 50. And number 54 is Marty Mangus. He's a 6-foot junior playing forward. And here to call the action tonight, my partner, Chuck Prairie.
KC Tree sponsors the opening tip. The New Prairie Cougars in blue with the basketball. They come in with a record of 9-4 on the season. Their best win, an 83-71 triumph over Northwood. Their losses have come to Penn, Michigan City, John Glenn, and Riley. As the Cougars facing this defense of Bremen find themselves in the lane with Jacob Myers, gives it off to Grady Lepchinsky. Everybody getting a touch on the first possession. Myers tried to dump it down low for Hunter Smith, but a good defensive set by Bremen causes the first turnover of the game.
On a check on the uniform for tonight's game, brought to you by St. Andrews Products. New Prairie Cougars in their road blue uniform with gold trim and numbers. Bremen Lions in their home white uniform with green trim and numbers. These teams look great tonight, and St. Andrews Products can do the same for your team. Reach them at sales at standrewscorp.com.
A held ball on the alternating possession that will go to Bremen. The Lions come in with a record of 7-4 on the season. Their best win, a 1-point triumph over Penn. They did lose to New Prairie, 62-42 back on December 11th. Carson Miller for 3. The iron unkind, and the ball tipped to Grady Lepchinsky. Here come the Cougars in a scoreless game about a minute in.
The shot that Carson Miller feels comfortable with.
That's Braden Flagg, top scorer on the New Prairie team. Lepchinsky had a big game against Argus the other night. Open in the corner, Rylan McBride. The 3 rattles out. Marty Mangus with the rebound. Here comes Tony Harden and the Lions. Brady Ginter starting at point guard tonight. Point guard has been a trouble spot for Bremen since the injury to Trevor Devine, the talented junior tore his labrum, did it actually before football season. Tried to play with it as much as he could, but just couldn't bear the pain anymore, so he'll have surgery in about a couple of weeks. Tony Harden tries to take it down the lane, but the jumper's short, and the rebound comes to Hunter Smith. Lepchinski brings it all the way down, but Gitter stops him at the baseline. Flag wants Smith to cut, so he's got some room to operate. Myers to Smith. The big guy thought about backing Ty Feldman down, but decided not to. So Flag will take it into the lane, lay it up with the left side, no good. A lot of contact there, no call. Here comes Bremen. Played over 2 minutes, still looking for our first points.
Easy to run down the scoring.
Ginter outside. Bounce pass for Mangus was a little behind him. This time the held ball will go to New Prairie. It's a turnover for Bremen.
Folks, the Wooden Peel wants to give a shout out to Bremen winter athletes. The Wooden Peel has been voted the best pizza in Northern Indiana and proud to serve the community. I'm reminded that for now they are carry out only. Check the Facebook page regularly for updates. And I'll tell you what, the folks from Wooden Peel fed our crew tonight. Outstanding effort. Thank you.
Phone's been ringing off the hook at the Peel, so if you want your pizza, be patient. We've got a whistle underneath, and we'll have our first foul call of the night. It'll go against Bremen's Carson Miller. As you look at his dad, Matt, his first year as the head coach here at Bremen. He's been the JV coach, 1997 Bremen grad. Then he went to Indiana Wesleyan, where he met his wife, who's the girls' tennis coach here at Bremen. Brady Lepchinski for three. That's off the mark. Harden collects the loose change. Tony Harden and Carson Miller forming a formidable scoring tandem in that backcourt for Bremen. But it hasn't shown itself yet tonight. Still scoreless, 5 minutes to go, first period.
Notice that Coach Miller has a couple of best ball handlers out on the perimeter, including Carson Miller, Tony Harden, but got to make sure they handle the ball against the pressure.
Miller tries to go down the lane, puts it up, and it's rejected by Riley McBride. Good defense there by the Cougars. McBride for the topside triple. And New Prairie is on the board thanks to Rylan McBride, hitting his 19th three-pointer of the season.
Took about 3.5 minutes to get 3 points.
Bremen close to a 10-second violation there. Feldman again, the bounce pass stolen by Lepchinski, and New Prairie has numbers. They'll find Flag for three, ring it up. 6-0 Cougars. Braden Flag with his 42nd three-pointer of the season right there. And Bremen still trying to figure out a way to get on the board here. They've had a couple of good looks, but they've also had 3 turnovers. Harden tries to take it into the paint. His jackknife jumper draws a foul. And Bremen will go to the foul line for free throw sponsored by Woody's Supermarket.
Folks, Family Hearing Center in Bremen and Goshen with the best of luck to the Lady Lions as well as the wrestlers and swim teams as they enter sectional play. Family Hearing Center provides testing and hearing aids for patients of all ages. Visit betterfamilyhearing.com. Better life through better hearing.
And Bremen will go to its bench. Bailey Orcutt comes in along with Dawson Hickman. Harden at the foul line, a 75% free throw shooter on the season. Had a career high 23 in the opener against Argus. He misses both of those though. And New Prairie tries to add to a 6-0 lead midway through the first. Lepchinski outside the Flag. You've got to be all over him, and Hickman was. McBride into the lane, threw up a wild one-hander. The rebound by Noah Breton, who checked into the game. Breton working against Feldman. New Prairie showing some patience here. They've managed to get a couple of threes to drop, and that's typically the Cougars' offense. Mike Bauer would like to see them work on penetrating a little more. Flag did that time, but he was short on the shot. The volleyball rebound, though, goes to New Prairie, their third chance in this possession. It's Flag again. Hickman looking him right in the groin. Stolen? No. Harden didn't quite come up with it. McBride recovers it to the backcourt. Now it's knocked away, and here comes Bremen 2-on-1. Miller goes the distance, missed. Tipped. Harden kicks it back outside to Dawson Hickman. Hickman finds Feldman. Feldman will try the jumper. It's no good. Gets his own rebound. Harden, a deep three. Yes. That's a 4. It's sponsored by Lion Property Group. Tony Harden's 28th three-pointer of the year finally gets Bremen on the board, and they're only down by 6-3.
A couple nice offensive boards there for Bremen.
Now Breton tries to go baseline, cut off nicely by Feldman. Seeing some pretty good defense here in the first quarter.
Two well-coached teams, well prepared.
Lepchinski trying to get around Harden. Nearly threw it away. Flag had to make an athletic catch. Bremen switching in this man-to-man. That left a mismatch down low, and Hunter Smith gets the bucket of the bump. He had Orchid on his back, and the big 6'5" senior goes strong to the hole. You'll get another look at it courtesy of Aegis Dental Group.
KC Tree Incorporated is a fully insured professional tree service company specializing in storm damage and difficult tree removal. KC Tree also handles stump grinding, crane work, and small lot clearing for both residential and commercial jobs. Serving all of Michiana. Give them a call at 574-674-7722 for more information. KC Tree in beautiful New Carlisle.
Timeout taken by Bremen. It's sponsored by the Family Hearing Center. 1:25 to go first period. 3 threes, 2 the new way and 1 the old-fashioned way for New Prairie. Give them a 9-3 lead on Bremen on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Aegis Dental Group. That's trusted dentistry.
Folks serving the Bremen area for over 70 years, Woody's Supermarket offers competitive prices. Stop into Woody's Supermarket where you receive great service. They'll even load your groceries for you. Woody's, your hometown supermarket.
And as Bob was reading that, you could read the information on Braden Flag. That's info you should know, brought to you by Ancilla College. 4th in the state in three-pointers, and when you consider some of the snipers out there in the state of Indiana this year, that's pretty good.
Bremen so far just 1 out of 5 from the field. Not only not shooting a good percentage, but just not getting a lot of shots. I'm sorry, they're just 1 out of 6 so far. And 8 shots for New Prairie, and they've made 3 of them.
Braden Flag saves it underneath to Grady Lepchinski for 2. So Flag gets the steal, Lepchinski the bucket. It's an 11-3 New Prairie lead, and this is similar to how the first meeting between the two teams went, in that New Prairie was able to put together a spurt and keep Bremen on its heels almost the whole game. Matt Miller had hoped for a quick start from his team. That has not happened tonight. Hickman tries to fix it, but it rolls off the rim, and the rebound to Noah Breton. Nice change of hands by McBride. He found Smith down low, but the left-hander won't go. Harden brings it over the timeline for Bremen.
Bremen with 6 rebounds, 4 for New Prairie.
Hickman. Now Orchid, the move in from Lake Central. Bremen could keep themselves in it with a strong possession here. Oh, Hickman thought about pulling the trigger, but McBride was there in a hurry. It's a much improved defensively New Prairie ball club. And Bremen will now hold for 1.
Hunter Smith doing a good job on Carson Miller every time he touches the ball.
Miller set the screen up left, instead went right, but lost the handle underneath. No foul is called, and the first quarter comes to an end. It was a first quarter that featured some three-point shooting. Braden Flag lit one up for New Prairie. Tony Harden for Bremen, but that was it for the Lions. They trail 11-3 to the Cougars on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Time now for a Bill's Heating Sideline Report. Bo Hunt, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that stands out, and we talked about it a little bit before the game, was just the size of New Prairie and their ability to really force pressure on the defensive side of the ball. And with that trap that they're running and a little bit of pressure, their length and size is really giving Bremen some fits underneath the basket. And I think one of the biggest things as well is second chance points. Bremen's not getting any, whereas New Prairie's getting a ton of them every single trip down. That's limiting the shots that Bremen's getting. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Bo. A reminder, our second quarter brought to you by Wolverine Mutual Insurance. First quarter numbers weren't pretty for either team, were they?
Yeah, New Prairie 4 out of 10 from the field. That's not too bad, 40%. 2 out of 5 from three-point range made their only free throw. Bremen, 1 out of 8 in that first quarter, and they're 1 out of 2 from three-point range and 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
The winner of this one faces the winner of John Glenn and Triton tomorrow night at Dale E. Cox Gymnasium at LaVille High School. Orcutt's pass is knocked away and thrown out of bounds by New Prairie. Bremen will retain possession.
The New Prairie Slam Dunk Club would like to wish boys good luck at the Bi-County and continued success during the rest of the season. Go Cougars from the New Prairie Slam Dunk Club.
Bremen having problems getting it inbound, and the steal by Breton ahead to Lepchinski for 2. Brady Lepchinski now leads a balanced New Prairie attack with 4 points, and the Cougars open up a double-digit lead.
5 turnovers now for Bremen.
Miller, as they work it around nicely, but a good recovery by Flagg and the New Prairie defense. Orcutt down low, poked away by Myers and out of bounds.
The core values of Bremen Public Schools are great expectations, a caring school community, and mutual respect. These values are taught daily in the classroom and on the playing fields. The Bremen Athletic Department wishes all student athletes the best of luck with their bright futures.
By the way, an update on that John Glenn Triton game. Falcons lead at 33-22 at the break. Tony Harden has all 5 points now for the Bremen Lions as he scores on the baseline. Harden averaging 14 a game for Bremen. Nearly had a steal there. Myers outside. Now Flagg for 3. That one won't go. Mangus with the rebound. Brady Ginter at point guard, trying to find some ways to spark this offense. Harden will light it up, no good, but he fouled the shot and got his own rebound. Good fundamental play there. Now Harden again for 3, and that one's too strong. Flagg tried to drive on Miller, got by him, and the running floater is too strong. Here comes Ginter and the Lions. Harden has to go right off his hands and out of bounds, and Matt Miller tells his team, you got to settle down. New Prairie will go to the bench.
Family Hearing Center in Bremen and Goshen want to recognize the grandparents and the parents who cannot be in attendance for these games. Your support is greatly appreciated, even from the comfort of your own home. A special shout out to Nanny and Papa. Go Lions from the folks at Family Hearing Center.
That could be just about anybody's grandma and grandpa, right?
Could be my wife and I.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
New Prairie up by 8. Less than 6 minutes to go first half. Cougars going down low, and the layup missed that time by Cole Staley, the sophomore getting his first playing time of the game.
Bremen with 9 rebounds, including 4 in the offensive end.
Honestly, the only thing that's gone poorly for Bremen is their shooting percentage. They have done a pretty good defensive job on New Prairie, keeping them to 13 at this point. But there's another steal by the Cougars. Good hands that time by Staley.
Turnover number 6, New Prairie with just 1.
Lepchinski for 3, bring it up. Brady now with 7. He had a big night the other night against Argus with 14. He could be making a bid for turning MVP the way he's been playing this week. The Prairie with its biggest lead at 11.
And Chuck, we talked about players that make you look good getting off the bus. Lepchinski, not one of them, but boy, is he a player.
Miller has yet to score tonight. Ginter inside, he turns around. There's a big fellow there, so Miller will try it from outside. That won't go. And the rebound comes down to Mike Ekovich. You mentioned the size, Bob, and you take a look at the lineup out here right now. There's a size advantage at every position, even for Lepchinski, who misses the three. The ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, he was feeling that one, wasn't he?
Timeout being called by Bremen. It's sponsored by the Family Hearing Center. 4:21 to go, middle of the first or second quarter. New Prairie up 16-5 on Bremen, thanks to Grady Lepchinski. The Cougars up 11. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you by the electrical workers of Local 153. They're making our communities brighter.
Folks, for over 60 years, industry has relied on the great team at Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT is the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. The medical, automotive, and defense and aerospace challenges have built our legacy. Reach us at IFTworldwide.com. At IFT, we'll work till you're finished correctly.
We mentioned earlier Bremen doing a nice job with the scoring defense tonight. They've held New Prairie to just 16. And really, you take a look at Bremen's defense, info to know by Ancilla College. This is one of the best defensive teams they've had in over a decade. It was back in the Kevin Eckenbarger era, back in 2008, 2009, which, by the way, 2009 was the last time we did a game from this gym.
Been a while.
Yes,
done
it
a
has.
nice job. The new floor has been put in, and they do a great job down here. We're really appreciative of all the efforts of the staff.
They were back in the old Northern State Conference back then. Tony Harden handling the ball up top. Nearly threw it over the head of the 5'7" Ginter. Ty Feldman had a great game the other night against Culver. Miller. Now Harden. Somebody's got to take a shot. Harden did, but it was contested and goes out of bounds.
Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is proud to support tonight's game to remind you that indoor air quality this time of year is important. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning show you how to improve the air in your home. And for the ultimate in comfort, ask them how a zone system will improve your life. That's from the folks at Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Nice backdoor cut, but the ball stripped away by Mangus, and Miller comes away with it for Bremen. Mangus runs that one down. Harden open for three. High archer won't go. Miller is able to save it.
Another good offensive rebound.
Boy, New Prairie has done just such a stellar defensive job on Bremen, especially Carson Miller, who has yet to score tonight. And yet, Bremen hits a three ball here. They're back within single digits.
Good hustle on every possession by New Prairie. Really cognizant of where the scores are.
Obviously, one of their best defensive efforts of the year. You're not going to hold a lot of teams to 5 points in the first half of a game. Miller guarded closely by Flagg. Harden flashed open for a moment, but the ball popped loose. Flagg working on Miller, took the Euro step for two. 5 points now for Braden Flagg. It's an 18-5 New Prairie lead.
Folks, Lion Property Group congratulates Bremen on a great start to the season. They specialize in commercial and residential real estate, including construction, sales, leasing, project management, and property management. Lion Property Group provides excellent customer service and professionalism. Go to lionpropertygroup.org or email contact@lionpropertygroup.org.
So Harden traveled for another Bremen turnover. Grant Devine checks into the game now for Bremen. He wears number 30. You see him on towards the bottom of your screen. Orcutt also came in for the Lions. Noah Breton, a little give and go to Flagg for three. That's short. He rushed it a little bit. Breton tried to save it, and, well, he saved it to me.
Prairie. Chuck with a nice save. Should have shot it.
Believe me, back when I was playing, this is probably where I would have taken most of my shots from, the bench.
That's right.
Yeah. Even the official, Mike DuBois, encouraging me to shoot it up. I didn't want to get a tech and get thrown out of here.
No.
18-5 in favor of New Prairie. Lepczynski nearly had it knocked away. Flag gets around the double team. McBride for three. He got it started for New Prairie tonight, but that one won't go. Another tipped out rebound on offense for the Cougars. They are very good at that. Seem to know where each other is. Tell it's a veteran group as Braden Flagg steps up and hits a 2 that time. He now has 7. And the lead expands to 15.
What makes him so dangerous. If you go out and overplay on the perimeter, he can hop step and get inside.
Zach Sarnecki in the game, but double team. Feldman along the baseline. There's Miller for 3. It's not good. Sarnecki all rejected by Hunter Smith. Miller will try it again. Short on the shot, and the rebound to Noah Breton.
Can't buy one.
It is a stone-cold picnic right now for the Bremen Lions. Lepczynski, meanwhile, misses. Smith, another offensive rebound, and he was fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, when you get a lot of offensive rebounds, means you're missing a lot of shots, but get another opportunity there, and they will with Hunter Smith going to the free throw line. You'll get to meet Hunter a little bit more up close and personal here in just a moment. Meanwhile, we want to remind you that the Lather and Fade Shop has locations in South Bend, Granger, and Elkhart. Lather and Fade offers world-class barber experience for you, whether you want a vintage, classic, or modern look. Check out latherandfadeshop.com.
So Hunter Smith, an 85% foul shooter, and as a team, New Prairie, well, they're up there with Riley for the conference lead in free throw shooting at 72%, and there's no jinx there.
Folks, you can receive quality and affordable university education by enrolling at the Bethel University Extension site at Napatee Missionary Church. BU at NMC provides the opportunity for Bethel education while engaging in weekly practicums specific to your area of interest. Multiple degrees are available, and because the program cost is $10,000 per year, you can graduate with little or no debt. To learn more about this program, go to nmc.church/Bethel.
Kick is called there, so Bremen will inbound from the sideline. Zach Sarnecki will pull the trigger for the Lions. Tony Harden just got into the backcourt quickly enough to catch that one. Feldman with the left hand. Miller trying to get some room on McBride. Got a nice screen there, but right into a double team. That left an open man. Sarnecki short on the shot at the buzzer. And the first half has come to an end for the Lions then. One that the Bremen Lions would rather forget, but Braden Flagg doesn't mind remembering it. He had 7 points in the stanza. New Prairie leads 22-5 at the intermission. The Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime report is next on the 46 Game of the Week.
And welcome back to the Lions Den here at Bremen High School. We get a chance now to talk to our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're here. This is actually the bi-county tournament that we're covering tonight. Bremen taking on New Prairie, and want to thank again Teachers Credit Union. TCU is the title sponsor for the tournament, and they do such a great job of supporting the young people. And we've got a couple of wonderful people here with us. Haley Rodriguez is with us from Bremen High School, and joining us from New Prairie High School is a young man who's just done an outstanding job in a couple different areas, Hunter Smith. And Hunter, talk about your involvement with the athletics at New Prairie.
Athletically at New Prairie, I'm involved in the track and field team as well as the basketball team.
What do you do in track and field?
I throw, disc and shot, and I'm a high jumper.
You can do anything you want at your size and your ability. Want to ask you about some of the other things you're involved with. A lot of things going on at New Prairie.
Yeah, so I'm involved in the Key Club at New Prairie, which is the high school equivalent of the Kiwanis Club, as well as Student Senate and the National Honor Society.
Well, and you've got an idea where you'd like to go to school, not too far, not too close, just about right. Talk about that.
So right now I'm planning on attending Butler University to study accounting.
Not a bad idea either. And you've had a lot of support from the people in the community, and also at home. Give a shout out to the people that mattered in your life.
My family for always supporting me and taking me to practice, all my coaches and teammates for being there for all the practices and games, and just everyone around me.
Well, you're a senior, so now you got to think back all those times when you had to talk your mom into getting you those new tennis shoes that you had to have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, appreciate you being with us, and congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
All right, Hunter Smith from New Prairie High School, and again, an outstanding young man, going to be going to Butler, and our next guest is from Bremen High School, and that's Haley Rodriguez, and Haley's a basketball player and also involved in soccer. Do you have a favorite sport?
Soccer's for sure my favorite.
Would you like to play in the future or at the next level?
No, I don't think so. I've played since I was 3, and I'm kind of ready to move on from that chapter.
Talk about your plans for college. I mean, you're talking about skipping town. You're talking about going out west.
Yeah, so actually I plan on attending Arizona State and going into the medical field.
That's terrific. And you're involved in other things here at Bremen High School?
Yeah, I'm involved in NHS, which National Honor Society, ACT Club, and I also do a lot of peer tutoring around the school.
Boy, mentoring is so important, isn't it? You think back when you were a freshman, if somebody would have taken you under their wing,
right?
How much that can mean. You've also got an idea about the medical field, and you want to maybe go into nursing and maybe eventually down the road become a doctor.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the plan.
Well, we certainly need doctors. We need people in the medical field, that's for sure, in the years to come. Give us a little mention of the people that have had your back and have helped you along the way.
Definitely my family. They've been there for me through everything, all the practices, all the games. They sat and watched me. All my coaches that have pushed me super hard, from club coaches to school coaches, they've really pushed me into the person I am today. And then eventually all my friends that continue to support me through everything.
Girls are down to a couple of weeks before the tournament. Bremen going to give it a shot, going to make a run in the tournament?
I mean, definitely getting out of Bi-County early sucked, but I think we're all ready to move forward, and we're all looking forward to sectionals and making a run there.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
All right, Haley Rodriguez from Bremen High School, one of our student athletes of the week, along with Hunter Smith from New Prairie, and we appreciate the support of TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. And once again, this is the Bi-County, brought to you by TCU. We're back in a moment with some halftime stats and highlights. You're watching the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Ancilla College. We believe in you. And right now it's easy to believe in the New Prairie Cougars. They have a 17-point halftime lead over Bremen here in the semifinals of the 56th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament. Alongside Bob Nagel, Chuck Freeby here at courtside. What a smothering defensive effort by the Cougars.
And really, you can't blame Bremen for not doing better, because the defense was there almost all, especially on Carson Miller. They knew that he was the guy. If he gets going, he could make a big difference. But again, there was some patience on the part of Bremen, but it just didn't pay off because of the quickness and the ability and the size of New Prairie. But boy, the Cougars got off to a good start shooting the basketball.
They sure did. Let's show you how it got to be this way here inside the Lions Den tonight from the opening tip. This one's been controlled by New Prairie. Rylan McBride got the scoring going with a three-pointer. Then Braden Flagg followed suit. It was 6-0 New Prairie. Back came Bremen. Tony Harden with the lone three of the first half for the Lions. He hit it from about the volleyball line. So Mike Bauer says, let's get the offense cranked up. They did it with defense. Flagg the steal, Lipchinski the lay-in, and Lipchinski would be the beneficiary of another fast break bucket here. He had himself a nice first half. Harden did the only scoring for Bremen in the half. He had all 5 points for the Lions. Meanwhile, New Prairie just kept chucking in threes. Lipchinski had 7 points in the half. Flagg had 7 points in the half. And that's where we are right now at halftime, 22-5. And a look at the first half numbers. it's not pretty.
No, it isn't. And Matt Miller said during the pregame show that they've been cold. And it's cold outside tonight, but so was the shooting for Bremen in that first half, as they hit just 2 out of 16, 13% from the field, missed their only 2 free throw opportunities, did make 1 3-pointer in 6 tries. But look at the balanced effort for the Cougars. They shot a much better percentage, 37%, which is not great, but it's good. And they hit 3 out of 10 from 3-point range and made their only free throw. Rebounding actually favored Bremen, but the turnovers did too, and that was a big factor in that game.
New Prairie lost in the TCU Bi-County Championship game a year ago. They'd like a shot at redemption. They're just 1/2 away of getting that as they lead it here 22-5. This has been our halftime report. Sponsored tonight by our friends at Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Give them the halftime score and they'll give you 15% off an indoor product if you go in by Monday. This has been the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime report. Friends, this edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Wolverine Mutual Insurance. When the unexpected happens, we've got you covered. We've got you covered for sideline reports. Bo Hunt, I can't imagine it was a very pleasant Lions locker room. I know Matt Miller's trying to be patient with his young team. What do you imagine he said at the half?
I think one of the biggest things is just being more physical. I mean, there was only 4 total fouls between both teams in that first half. So that's one of the biggest things. Get in there, be more physical, because that's one of the biggest things with New Prairie is they're bigger, they're stronger, and they're longer in length. So you got to get in there, you got to be more physical, you got to be more aggressive. I think that's one of the biggest things that this Lion team has to do in the second half, guys.
And Bob, I imagine for Mike Bauer and New Prairie, probably wasn't a whole lot to say at halftime other than maybe looking for some offensive efficiencies.
Well, you know, if you're going to find a way to score, obviously shooting from the field is big, but if you can get to the free throw line, but they're 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, New Prairie was 1 out of 1. There just weren't a lot of fouls, weren't really a factor in that first half. And as I said, you know, Carson Miller gets the ball inside. He's going to get some bigger guys, but maybe he can draw a foul here and there. And we'll see, but New Prairie's executed very well the game plan that Mike Bauer had for them.
Third quarter brought to us by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. New Prairie starting with the basketball. Stolen away by Tony Harden. He'll go the distance for 2. Good start for Bremen, forcing a turnover, getting a bucket, and pulling within 15. Harden still with all the points for Bremen tonight. Braden Flagg, guarded by Carson Miller. McBride, quick jab step, short on the shot, and Ginter is there for the rebound for Bremen. Brady Ginter will survey the situation, find Harden. Now Miller, he was open briefly, but Harden's open now. Short on the shot, though, and the rebound came down to a pair of Cougars. Lepchinski wanted to pad the stats. Says, look, I don't get to get a whole lot of rebounds here at 5'10". They list him at 6 foot, but let's be honest, folks.
Jacob Myers getting some action here to start the second half.
He started tonight. Oh, what a spin move by Hunter Smith, and he now has 7 tonight. You know, Mike Bauer was really pleased with the balance of the Cougar scoring attack the other night as Smith knocks that one away against Argus. They had 4 guys in double figures, and they got 3 with 7 points here.
Pretty good start to the same type of an effort. Folks, at St. Andrews Products, our expectations, your expectations become our standards. We have the best promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and apparel, and our team handles all embroidery and screen printing in-house to guarantee the quality with the timely turnaround you need. At St. Andrews Products, our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
Miller for 3. Couldn't get that one to go. Mangus, can he get the rebound? It went out of bounds off New Prairie. Good play by Mangus to ram it off the knee of Lepchinski.
Good hustle. Good looking shot there by Miller. I thought maybe he's going to get his first one.
You'll get another look here from down low along the baseline. And Mangus with that little slap that Lepchinski was not anticipating. Now a steal by McBride. And McBride scores off of it. Rylan McBride with 5, and it's a 19-point New Prairie lead.
Turnover number 9 as ball game for Bremen.
Cougars trying to get career win number 100 for Mike Bauer, who began his career over at St. Joe and has spent the last couple of years at New Prairie. He inherited a situation where that coaching spot had been a turnstile. They had had 4 coaches in 5 years. Another steal, this one by Flag. Cougars with numbers. Lipchinski, they wanted to put a little showtime on.
Good hustle.
The pass went awry, and now the ball batted away and stolen by Feldman. Ahead to Miller. Miller drives in, and finally there's a foul called underneath, and Carson Miller will go to the line for 2.
And there's the physicalness that we were talking about. You just, you got to say, okay, I got an advantage. I'm going to go hard to the basket and draw the foul, and he'll be going to the free throw line where he's very proficient this season.
Quickly, we'll tell you the free throws are sponsored by Woody's Supermarket. Carson Miller getting his first point of the night. As you see, Noah Breton check in, and Carson Miller, the team leader in not only scoring and rebounding and assists and steals. That's info to know, brought to you by Ancilla College. In fact, Miller with the first 2 points from anybody not named Tony Harden in the Bremen lineup tonight.
They only had 4 players even take a shot in the first half.
Meanwhile, Braden Flag for 3, and you leave him that open, he will make you pay. His second three-pointer of the night. He's now in double figures with 10.
I love the way he was patient there, too. He didn't throw it. He made sure he was squared up and ready to go.
He has excellent shooting form. He's been about a 44% three-point shooter this year. And that's still only second best on the team. Mangus had it kicked away by Flag.
Folks, TCU understands the importance of growing your future, whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business. TCU is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit TCUnet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity lender.
Ginter outside. Ginter thought about the 3, had it poked away by Flag, and Harden was there for the quick recovery.
Good hustle by Harden.
By the way, the girls Bi-County Championship will be tomorrow at noon.
Nice
Argus
look.
versus Triton as Feldman scores down low. Ty Feldman averages 3 a game. There's 2. Lepchinski got bodied up a little bit by Ginter, but I don't think Matt Miller minds that one as you get another look at that good pass down low to Feldman.
Nicely done. Folks, the Wooden Peel wants to give a shout out to Bremen winter athletes. The Wooden Peel has been voted the best pizza in northern Indiana and proud to serve the community. A reminder that for now they're just carry out only. Check the Facebook page regularly for updates. That's the Wooden Peel who fed our crew tonight. An outstanding job, guys. Really enjoyed the pizza.
Nice drive by Braden Flag, but he couldn't get the layup to go with the left hand. Here comes Harden the other way for Bremen. Those cross-court passes, very dangerous against this rangy Cougar squad. Miller, a deep 3, that won't go. And Feldman goes over the back for the foul.
Still a good-looking shot. Just can't get one to go. From the field now. Miller is 0 for 8. He has 2 points tonight, both from the free throw line.
And a timeout sponsored by the Family Hearing Center. 3:43 to go in the third. New Prairie still comfortably in front at 29-11 on 46. And this edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. Well, the winner of this one will face the John Glenn Falcons in the championship of the TCU Bi-County Tournament tomorrow. Glenn looking for the three-peat. They beat Triton tonight, 62-46.
You've got some nice wins on their resume so far this year, playing very well for Travis Hanna.
Next week, we'll be back in the Northern Lakes Conferences. The Northwood Panthers head down to the Tiger Den to take on a Warsaw team that finds itself in first place in the NLC. Not exactly strange territory for Matt Moore and the Tigers. We'll have it for you Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9.
Family Hearing Center in Bremen and Goshen want to recognize teachers, administrators, and staff in handling the challenges of this last year, keeping the students educated and safe through the school year. Family Hearing Center provides testing and hearing aids for patients of all ages. Visit Better Family Hearing. Again, betterfamilyhearing.com. Better life through better hearing.
New Prairie up 29-11, coming out of the timeout. Brady Lipchinski will bring it up for the Cougars. Rylan McBride, part of a not only athletic but very academically sound team here at New Prairie. You saw Hunter Smith at halftime, but Mike Bauer was telling us before the game he's got 3 guys on his team in the top 14 of their academic class. As Breton missed the shot, but he gets the rebound over to McBride. He'll go to the foul line after getting hammered.
KC Tree Incorporated is a fully insured professional tree service company specializing in storm damage and difficult tree removal. KC Tree also handles stump grinding, crane work, and small lot clearing for both residential and commercial jobs. Serving all of Michiana, give them a call at 574-674-7722 for more information. KC Tree in beautiful New Carlisle.
I just want it noted that McBride missed that before I point out that he's an 88% free throw shooter.
He heard you thinking.
That's not hard to do in this gym tonight.
No, it is not.
McBride now with 6, and it's 30-11 in favor of the Cougars. Ethan Nunemaker looking for some help. Now Feldman. Tony Harden got that steal early in the third. He's been quiet since. Offense has been tough to come by for the Bremen Lions tonight. A very cold shooting night and terrific defensive pressure by New Prairie have added up to that.
You think about how much of their offense goes through Miller, and it's not been there tonight.
And before it was Miller, it was Trevor Devine, the young man we told you early in the broadcast with the torn labrum. And since that point guard's been out, Bremen hasn't been over 50 in a game since his injury, as Harden misses that one. They would love to get to 50 tonight, but that's not likely to happen. At the other end, Lipchinski misses a 3. And with 2 minutes to go in the third, here comes Miller. Good help defense down there by New Prairie again.
16-12, Bremen leading on the boards, but boy, those turnovers been tough. They've had 11 of them here tonight.
If you'd told Matt Miller about that rebounding advantage coming in, he probably would have liked his chances, but it hasn't done him much good. Nunemaker off with that shot, and here comes Breton the other way. Lipchinski, beautiful pass. Smith couldn't handle it and then throws it away.
6 turnover night for New Prairie.
Miller with a great head and shoulders fake, but he's thwarted by Smith. And on the held ball situation, it goes to Bremen. You'll get another look courtesy of Aegis Dentistry.
Folks, save time, save gas, save money. Shop Woody's Supermarket. Woody's in Bremen is proud to support the Bremen Lions and proud to be your hometown supermarket for over 70 years. Go Lions from the folks at Woody's Supermarket.
Bremen getting ready to inbound, but we'll check in with Bo Hunt here in a second because I want to ask him, as Miller is on the drive here, looking for some help. Hickman launches a 3. It's off the mark as New Prairie brings it up. We saw the Cougars last year. Where have you seen the improvement of this team to this year?
I think the biggest thing is just their overall play as a team. Last year, I believe it was just 1 or 2 guys, that really step up. Flag, McBride. This year, it's just really, they have guys 2, 3 deep off the bench where they can really bring in. And just they hit the weight room. I mean, the difference between the guys from last year to this year is so much different. You can tell that they've been in the weight room, they put the work in, and they dedicated themselves to becoming better basketball players as a team.
Miller called for the palm by the veteran official Mike DuBois, and so I agree with you. When I saw this team for the first time Monday night to go scout them, I looked out on the floor and I thought, is this a small college group that showed up to use the gym for practice? They look like men out there.
And you know, a group that's proud of them is the New Prairie Slam Dunk Club. They'd like to wish good luck in the Bi-County and success all during the rest of the season to the Cougars. Go Cougars from the New Prairie Slam Dunk Club.
Jacob Myers being held by Nunemaker, and he'll go to the line for free throws. As you get another look on our Aegis Dentistry replay, yeah, that's a pretty easy hold to call right there. Myers, a 57% free throw shooter, 4.2 GPA. Plays for the Dirtbags in the wiffle ball season over there in New Carlisle, which is huge, by the way.
Pretty serious.
Yes.
Yes.
As you see Connor Hunt check in for the Lions.
And Miller goes out. Carson Miller having a real tough night here.
Myers, an all-NIC defensive lineman for Casey McKim's squad, hits them both. Breton will check in. Myers checks out. It's 32-11 New Prairie, waning seconds of the third.
The Bremen Athletic Department appreciates their student body, cheerleaders, and color guard, community, faculty, staff, and the Long Green Line. Your dedication and support are tremendous. Thank you to the Bremen coaches for early mornings, late nights, and your commitment to our student athletes. That's from the Bremen Public Schools.
Harden missed on the shot, and now flags some showtime. Braden Flagg with the slam dunk. Harden can't hit the three, and the third quarter comes to an end. It's been a game dominated by the New Prairie Cougars, and if you want dominance, what shows it better than a slam dunk? Braden Flagg enjoying that one. The Cougars up by 23 on 46. And this edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. A way of life for us is a Bo Hunt sideline report. Bo, I think we can go ahead and project this one. So, championship game tomorrow night, same as last year. John Glenn and New Prairie, they played earlier this year. Falcons won by 4. What do you think happens tomorrow night at LaVille?
Well, we were able to see John Glenn last year as well, and they're a very well-coached team. They got some good talent as well. New Prairie, just a lot of seniors, a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of experience. You know, I'm not going to call a winner or a loser, but I think New Prairie, as in the eye test, I think they passed the eye test. So New Prairie definitely has the advantage, guys.
Of course, we haven't seen Glenn this year. Bryson Hanna, we saw him last year. He was pretty solidly built then. I can't imagine that he's gotten shorter, smaller, weaker.
Yeah, he may not get any taller, but he's continued to get stronger and grow that talent that God gave him, and Dad's very proud of him.
Falcons advanced with a healthy win over a good Triton team tonight, 62-47. Little battle going on between the guards, and now open Myers lays it up and in. Big fella now with 4 off a sweet feed that time.
That's the patience you're looking for as a coach. Somebody's going to come open.
Noah Breton, the 6'1 senior who does a lot of little things to help this team, did another one right there with the assist, and a held ball. The alternating possession will go to Bremen.
This broadcast brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, saluting the players, coaches, and all the team members who work so hard to be successful. At IFT, we put our team to work for you, setting the standard for metal finishing solutions. Reach us at iftworldwide.com. Like the teams in this game, we're always working for a great finish.
You saw Mike Bauer on the sidelines. He's very high on the program that's coming up at New Prairie. He said to us before the game that his freshman class is very solid, and don't be surprised if some sophomores step into the starting lineup next year. As Miller hits the 3, it's sponsored by the Lion Property Group. Carson Miller's first 3 of the night and his 13th of the season.
Came in averaging 17 points a game. Boy, New Prairie really focused on what they needed to do to stop him.
Oh, Jacob Myers with a sweet little feed to Noah Breton for the alley-oop.
Little payback there.
Indeed. 38-14, and another held ball. This one will go to the Cougars, and that's Breton again. But look at this feed coming up on the Aegis Dentistry replay. Myers puts it in the perfect spot for the 6'1 Breton to lay it in.
Nicely done. Again, Coach Miller from Bremen's having to played a lot of the same bodies all night. He has been substituting a little bit, but boy, New Prairie has really taken advantage.
Flag going down the lane draws the contact, and he'll go to the line where he's a 70% free throw shooter.
Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is proud to support tonight's game and remind you that indoor air quality this time of year is important. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning show you how to improve the air in your home. And for the ultimate in comfort, ask them how a zone system will improve your life.
Well, apparently that was not a shooting foul. And, oh, that was probably an over and back that time, but it was not called. Meanwhile, on the inside, the shot missed by Hunter Smith, and here comes Bremen the other way.
Nice job by Harden on that defense.
Harden trying to go to work on McBride. Now he'll give Hickman a shot. Brady Ginter into the land of the trees, but he found an open man, and the shot is hit. I think that's a two-pointer by Seth Leiby. And so the 6'3" sophomore gets his first points of the season. Inside, no call underneath for Ekovich, and here comes Bremen the other way. Miller's step back three, that's short, was probably deflected by McBride on the way up. Getting a little sloppy here in the final 5 minutes of this one. Boy, flag getting bumped around by Miller, no call.
Miller looking like a good tight end there.
Flag in the corner. Now he turns on Miller, and Miller finally called for the slap.
A little bit of frustration certainly there for Carson Miller. Folks, Lion Property Group congratulates Bremen on a great start to their season. They specialize in commercial and in residential real estate, including construction, sales, leasing, project management, and property management. Lion Property Group provides excellent customer service and professionalism. Go to lionpropertygroup.org or email them at contact@lionpropertygroup.org.
Timeout called by Bremen. It's sponsored by the Family Hearing Center. 4:53 to go in this one. New Prairie up 38-16 on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is brought to you in part by St. Andrews Products, promotional products, and branded apparel. A reminder, we've got college basketball on the radio this weekend. The Indiana Hoosiers, fresh off that shocking victory at Carver Hawkeye Arena last night over number 4 Iowa, take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Don't put that in the win column too soon, Hoosier fans. You got to play it the same way your team played the last 12 minutes of the game last night. We'll have it for you Sunday at noon on Pulse FM 103.1.
Rutgers is a good athletic team.
I believe Ron Harper Jr. plays on that team. 38-16 in favor of New Prairie. The Cougars trying to punch their ticket to tomorrow night's TCU Bi-County Championship game. Oh, the bank is open in Bremen on a Friday night. Brady Ginter rains home the three. That is his first three-pointer of the season. And it's 38-19.
A lot of pushing and shoving going on out there.
The officials letting them play. That's been consistent.
Oh, nice.
Breton inside. Oh, he threw it off the shoe top for Smith.
That was a good pass inside. Breton trying to be unselfish.
And Mike Bowers saying, you're not going to be any closer or more open to the hoop than you were.
Folks, the Lather and Fade Shop has locations in South Bend, Granger, and Elkhart. Lather and Fade offers world-class barber experience for you, whether you want a vintage, classic, or modern look. Check out latherandfadeshop.com.
Ginter feeling it after that three and got it to go. So all of a sudden, Brady Ginter showing some aggressiveness here in the fourth quarter. He has 5 points, 38-21.
Now it's 30-something to 20-something. Doesn't sound too bad.
Well, inside it goes. It's going to be 40-something to 20-something now as Hunter Smith scores. Smith now with 9, the second leading scorer on the Cougars tonight. Harden, a deep three, that's short. He tried to follow his shot. The rebound comes out to Tony. Miller a deep three. Sure, why not? It's sponsored. It's sponsored by Lion Property Group. And Carson Miller now with 8 points. Takes over the scoring lead for the Lions tonight.
Hey, one thing, the Bremen Lions going to sleep well tonight.
Meanwhile, Ryland McBride for 3. McBride now with 9. Just love the balance on New Prairie tonight. You've got Flagg with 12, McBride with 9, Smith with 9, and Lipchinski with 7. Timeout called by Bremen.
And it is a very unselfish team. Folks, you can receive a quality and affordable university education by enrolling in the Bethel University Extension site at Napanee Missionary Church. BU at NMC provides the opportunity for a Bethel education while engaging in weekly practicum specific to your area of interest. Multiple degrees are available, and because the program costs just $10,000 per year, you can graduate with little or no debt. To learn more about this program, go to nmc.church/Bethel.
By the way, you're looking at Steve Tyler. He is the junior member of this crew, getting the chance to work with 27-year veterans Mike DuBois and Ethan Foxworthy tonight. And that's got to be great for a young official, and we continue to put the call out there. The IHSA needs more officials. You know you do it from the stands anyway. Why not get paid, put on the striped shirt, they slim, and help out these kids, because especially in this year of COVID, there's been a huge need of officials. I know I've talked to coordinators who have had to handle all these closings and switches, and they've done a great job of getting officials to the game. As you see, Carson Miller now in double figures for the 10th time this season, hit another three-pointer.
And he is 3 out of 4 in this fourth quarter.
And Bremen, with some good defense there, forces the turnover. So 43-27. It took the Lions about 3 quarters to find some aggressiveness here, but they've shown a little bit of it here in the fourth quarter. And now Lepchinski will guard Miller close, and he'll drive in for the floater. It won't go. Hunter Smith is fouled that time by Miller with 2:08 to go, and that'll send Hunter to the line, where he's an 85% free throw shooter.
We want to thank St. Andrews Products for helping our crew look good tonight, and warm, by the way. They are ready to do the same for your team. Reach them at sales@standrewsproducts.com. With all the top lines in apparel, business gifts, and advertising specialties, we're ready to help your school or your company. At St. Andrews Products, our answer is always yes. Now, what's the question?
So Smith at the line, averages 10 points a game, and trying to get to that mark here with this free throw. And he does right there. So Hunter Smith, who I called a walk-in double-double when he started the game, comes up with the free throw there. That's Derek Daniels. He is a player. He was a player on the team. Now he is a student coach. Derek from New Prairie is going to enter ROTC in February, and then he is hoping to go to the Vanderbilt University down in Nashville. So good luck to him, but Mike Bauer was so proud of that young man before the game. He's handled this situation maturely. Boy, Carson Miller from the IHSAA logo.
Holy cow, that's a 4-pointer.
What has gotten into him here in the fourth quarter? He now has 14 points.
And 4 out of 5 from three-point range in the fourth quarter.
Harden was trying to get called for a foul there, didn't, so Miller will hook the arm of Ryland McBride again. The IHSAA logo is within spitting distance of where we're sitting here at half court. And look at that one.
Wow. That's when you shoot outside in your driveway when the ball gets away.
You shoot that in horse when you're trying to win.
Yeah, better go in if you're going to shoot for that far out, too. Hey, got to say hi to a couple of guys I was talking to today. Said they'll be watching the game tonight. Bruce and Jeff, appreciate your support and watching our TV 46 high school basketball game of the week.
Ryland McBride had 18 points in the game against Michigan City this year. He has 10 here tonight. And again, just like the other night, here's 3 players in double figures for New Prairie. When you can spread the wealth like that, boy, does that make this Cougar team tough to stop.
Yeah, you've got 46 points, which isn't a great amount of points on the board, and yet you have that balance.
McBride with another one. That one's short. Here comes Bremen the other way. 46-30 in favor of New Prairie. 90 seconds away from Mike Bauer's 100th career win and a date with John Glenn in the TCU Bi-County Tourney Championship. Dawson Hickman offline with the shot. Good rebound by Smith. He might have a double-double tonight. I don't think he keep rebounds, but
not individual, but certainly capable.
Mike Bauer going to take a timeout here with 1:10 left.
30-second timeout.
Well, we're looking forward to a big one next week. We got Warsaw and Northwood, a couple of big Northern Lakes Conference opponents, and boy, we've had some great games between those two over the years.
And we might as well call it here. Mike Bauer, I don't think they're going to lose a 16-point lead in the final 70
There's a couple
seconds.
of counties that are still out.
But the 100th career win, so congratulations to him. He did a great job at St. Joe in 4 years and now in his 7th year overall as a head coach. And Bob was mentioning our next game, don't forget the girls sectional draw is coming up on Sunday night. You can watch it on the IHSA Champions Network online. And that's going to be fascinating to see where we wind up for our first round of sectional coverage. We'll have the girls tournament for you all the way down to Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis in the state finals. You'll see all 4 of those games live on the final Saturday of February on TV 46. No foul called there as Cade Skornog took it in. Now Zach Zarnecki puts it up, got the bucket and the bump.
Good basket, number 20, Zach Zarnecki.
So Zarnecki with his first varsity points of the season. He was 0 for 5 shooting until that. The most improved player on the football team this year will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
You mentioned in the first half only one player had scored. 6 players have scored now in the ball game for Bremen.
46-33 in favor of the Cougars. Brady Lipchinski, a number of the reserves in now. Plants, young man that was on the swim team last year, Trenton Platts.
Coach, I got about 6'3". Are you interested?
Yeah. He's in Mike Bauer's homeroom. Mike Bauer said I could look him in the eye and say, yes, I'll take you. Lipchinski dribbling out front as the clock down to 23 seconds now.
I think Mike Bauer would be just happy if they were able to dribble out the clock.
I think Grady'd be happy about that too. And I think that's the way it's going to end. So the New Prairie Cougars will face the John Glenn Falcons in the championship of the TCU Bi-County Tournament tomorrow night at LaVille High School as the Cougars walk out of the Lions' Den with a 46-33 win. Don't go anywhere. We've got our post-game and festivities, including our IBEW Electrical Workers Local 153 electrifying play of the game. The Cougar fans salute Mike Bauer with his 100th win. Our post-game is next on 46.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by
The Lions' Den is pretty much emptied out. That'll be the case when only parents can attend. But what they saw was New Prairie with a dominating defensive performance and a 46-33 win over Bremen in the TCU Bi-County semifinals, which means it's a rematch of last year's championship game, John Glenn against New Prairie, tomorrow night at Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel with you courtside. And we saw New Prairie a year ago. We see them again this year. This is a better club.
They are a better club, and they kind of backed off a little bit, I think, in the second half, and give credit to Bremen for not laying down. They actually scored 28 points in the second half, and as you pointed out, they'd done that the whole game. Could have been a different outcome, but it wasn't because New Prairie really outplayed them and were much more physical in that first half. And I'll tell you what, they had a lot of heroes on the team, but the good balance was the key for them.
Yeah, 3 guys in double figures, but when you've got a leading scorer, you expect him to be the leader, and he was again tonight. Braden Flagg is standing by with Bo Hunt. He's our player of the game.
Standing by with our player of the game, Braden Flagg. First off, 12 points tonight. You led your team, but you weren't the only one in double figures. You had a lot of other teammates as well.
No, yeah, it was an all-around effort today. You know, just working the ball, got good shots, worked the offense today. That was the main focus, so.
You guys come out, you guys looked more physical out there. You guys were a lot more lengthier out there. Just talk about the physicality of the game tonight.
Yeah, our main goal was to get defensively wise focused because we did it before, but we knew we had to rebound more and get physical in the paint. So that was our main focus coming into tonight.
Last year we did you guys, we saw you guys, there's a big difference in the size. You guys hit the weight room in the offseason. You guys put in the work. Just talk about the effort you guys did in the offseason.
Oh yeah, it was a little weird. You know, most of the school wasn't open, but we got together, we played. We used to work out at a friend's barn, but yeah, we definitely put the work in over the season.
You guys have had some changeover in the coaches. Coach Bauer comes in. This is his 100th win.
Yep, big one.
What is it, you know, with him and what he's done to this program?
First year coming in last year, you know, a new coach for like, I think this is my third coach coming into high school, but good guy, you know, good offense. We really liked him. We just need one more year to get together, get to know the offense and defense, and it's just great to be around the coaching staff.
You guys play Glenn tomorrow night for the championship. Yep. Just talk about the championship tomorrow night with Glenn.
That's exactly who we wanted. You know, we didn't feel like we wanted another rematch, you know, losing them by 4 points without having an off night. So really coming in tomorrow with a big focus, trying to win that game.
Hey, best of luck tomorrow night, Braden.
Thank you. Shout out to Coach.
Of course, you got to give Coach a shout out on his 100th career win. The babyface Braden Flagg's got a long way to go before he gets a beard like Coach Mike Bauer. But he's got a lot better hops than Mike Bauer does, and it showed up in our electrifying play of the game.
It sure did. They're looking forward to seeing some of these plays down there at Indiana Wesleyan. Look at the breakaway here by Flagg. He times it well and gets in there and gets the slam dunk, and the big man really did a lot of good things tonight. Had some good passes, did a good job rebounding, and boy, he's an impressive young man. It's an impressive team. And Chuck, you know, this is, by the way, electrifying play brought to you by the electrical workers. And we want to say this about what we heard about Bremen, or rather New Prairie tonight. This is a schoolboy tournament, the bi-county. Yeah. This isn't usually the biggest teams or the biggest schools or whatever. This is a county gathering of teams. They used to do it, obviously, all at LaVille High School. But when he said we were playing in somebody's barn, I mean,
that makes all sense in the world for this tournament.
It reminds me of those IHSAA opening shots. You know, there's a rim on the side of a barn, that kind of thing. And one of the shots we saw had to be from outside the barn, right in front of us here in the IHSAA logo. But it's a lot of fun, and it was great to be with these two teams this week because they're both well coached. There are a lot of good kids on these teams working really hard, and we congratulate all of them for the effort.
Carson Miller, by the way, led Bremen in all scores tonight with 14 points and one minor correction. Braden Flagg going to Olivet Nazarene.
What did I say?
Indiana Wesleyan. But
you didn't hear about the transfer?
They would take him as well, I think.
Okay.
So anyway, that's going to wrap up our coverage from the TCU Bi-County Tournament semifinals. Our thanks to our TV46 crew led by the always energetic Dean Korsmo and the bubbly one, Tony Beltran. Our reminder, we've got college basketball for you on the radio. That's going to come your way Sunday when Indiana take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Pregame at 11, tip-off at noon on 103.1 FM. And then next week, we'll head on down to the Tiger Den in Warsaw for an old-fashioned Northern Lakes Conference clash as Northwood visits Warsaw. We'll bring it to you on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and the Champions Network right around 7:45 and on 46 Friday night, 11, Saturday morning at 9. From my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famers Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, Chuck Freeby, the final 46-33 New Prairie. So long from beautiful Bremen.